Good morning. It's Bobby Dupre with the Bobby Dupre Show, presented to you each Thursday morning at 7 a.m. And, of course, my sidekick here is Andrew Gitros. Good morning to you, Mr. Andrew.
How are you, Chief?
And many of you are watching it on your televisions, many are listening to it on KSLO and 105.3. And others are viewing it on the regular old-style
rabbit
ears.
Or the internet.
And then, of course, now the internet is getting more popular.
They might be watching it on their phone.
David Link is probably at the OPAC office right now, sitting down and watching it. That's where he watches it. Good morning to you, David. We got a picture of you for a change.
That's right.
We got a picture of him to show. If we get to it.
We'll get to it.
We'll get to it. We generally get to our pictures. We have quite a number, and we're going to really have a lot on our
on the gallery.
Photo gallery.
Right.
And they're already on, a lot of them on there already.
Correct. We probably have 300 photos from the Breakfast with Santa as well as the kids' breakfast all up already on the internet. Then we got everything else you and I did in the last week already up there as well. We're going to show probably about 50, 60 photos on the show, but hundreds are up on the photo gallery if you want to go take a look.
And we, of course, ask you to consider the goods or the services offered by our sponsors. They make the program available to the public. And let's get a couple of our sponsors, if you don't mind.
Do that right again. Let's start with a grocery store, Benny's Supermarket, right here in Opelousas, downtown South Union Street. Go by Benny's, get all your groceries right now. You know, it's the holidays, so you're trying to go pick up those little roasts that are already seasoned and ready to rock and roll.
Saturday, you're gonna, if you're not going to the ball game, and most of them are not going, about 20,000 plus are going.
The UL game.
The UL game, that's correct. And but even if you're going, you might be tailgating. You want to bring your own.
You can pick up some things over at the deli. It's open 7 days a week. They do plate dinners if you want. If you want to do something better, where you want to bring some chicken wings or some dressing or whatever you want, they do full-blown catering at Benny's. Maybe you're having a party. You want to pay Mr. Benny to come cater the whole project. They'll come even in the white coats if it's a dress down. You know, if you want to dress it up, you can dress it up or you can dress it down with Mr. Benny. They've also got Miss Mary's gift shop there. They've got Blake's brew house with the imported beers. You got Little Benny Sports Shack for your nutritional supplemental needs if you're an athlete right now. I know the soccer players and the baseball players are rocking and rolling right now. Basketball players, getting all that stuff. Go by Benny's Supermarket. And one more, let's go to Carl's Thrifty Way. If you're looking for some medicine right here, right down the block, Carl's Thrifty Way can help you. They can do your prescriptions. They can do your over-the-counter medication. If you're looking for gift ideas, because they got a great gift shop there as well. They gift wrap, they monogram, they do home decorating. You can pick up stuff to put in your home, or they'll even go by your house and give you an idea and do some things for you, customized to your particular house and your party situation at Carl's Thrifty Way. Well,
good. And we got a real nice thank you card. I guess you'd call it a thank you card, and kind of a challenge card at the same time, from Bob and Roseanne Mitchell.
Right.
And Roseanne, of course, has been a volunteer for ever since I met her. We started out almost together, although she's a little younger than I am. We've worked on many projects together. She's been a great volunteer for the community.
A lot of people know what the Boys and Girls Club is, kind of a big one. She's been pushing the last couple of years.
That's her last project that she's worked on. And she sent us in Andrew's thank you, I'm going to back up just a little bit. In your thank you letter, you asked for the donors who have already given, and it's kind of also like a reminder to those that usually give but hadn't sent in that check. You're kind of letting them know that we're waiting on that check. And this year we're trying to get to where we were last year, and we were a little bit down. We still have about 20% to go. So 20% of 4,500.
45,000.
45,000. I mean, that's what, 9,000 around $9,000 that we need to pick up, and we'd sure like to see that come in. And so he kind of challenged you to maybe send another $100 or $25 or $10, whatever. And Roseanne and Bob sent in the $100, and she's challenging her friends out there to do likewise.
They were very generous the first round. They came back with very generous again, and they want all their friends to know that they made a second push. If you can make a second push.
And they're not wealthy people or anything like that. They're workers just like us. Like us, that's correct. And anyhow, good idea, Roseanne, and a happy holiday to you and your family and all of you.
Last night I got a nice call from another challenger. He would not give me his name. He just said, everybody knows Cuckoo the Clown.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Now, if you know Cuckoo the Clown in Opelousas, Cuckoo the Clown called me in the middle of the night last night to make sure I understood.
Almost 90 years old.
And played, it might be over now.
Really?
I bet you. played in LSU's band before the Second World War. How's that?
That's a long time.
Right? Cuckoo the Clown. So if Cuckoo the Clown can send a check, you can send a check too. Send it to Breakfast with Santa, P.O. Box 70, Opelousas, Louisiana, 70571. If you need more info, call me. Believe me, I'll go by and pick up that check. Call me at 351-0732.
That would be next Wednesday, December the 21st at the Yambali Building, the annual St. Landry Parish Sheriff's Christmas Triad program, which is he has one every quarter, a gathering of the Triad, but the Christmas one is the big one, and they have a lot of gifts, and they have drawing for gifts and lots of gifts.
Primarily to help, I won't say just retired people, but I'll say...
I'm thinking of going if I'm available. Well, I haven't been. I should. That's right.
I'll say mature people, not always retired, just mature people within the parish. Kind of give you an update of what's going on. Some of these schemes and some of these scams are free medical type stuff that's available. They try to help with all that.
That's correct. It's more than just going and eating and having a Coke and listening, but they have music. And I mean, it's a full... Captain Team Ledee has been working on this for years and does a good job. So
very good job.
Just keep that in mind. That is next Wednesday at the Opelousas Yambali Building.
Very good. How about another sponsor? Let's go to Dixie Storage. All your storage needs, personal and commercial. Dixie Storage can help you if you've got a little bit of something you want to put in there, maybe a little bit of stuff with your business. Maybe you're a small homeowner just putting a handful of items over there that you don't have quite enough room to store at your house. Maybe you're a full-blown business. You need to put some big equipment. Maybe your workers need to pick up a spool of wire. Maybe they need to pick up a bunch of electronics. You can put those things in their high-tech, very well-secured facility. Some of it is climate controlled as well.
They're building two or three, at least two new storage buildings that have been pre-leased. And they're building them to the lessors, specs to their specifications. And yesterday I had the opportunity to go to a gumbo, and we'll show a couple of pictures over in Baton Rouge that J.E., Mark, Joe Fred, and I have been given now for 22 years. We've been putting on this gumbo. We'll talk about that after a while, but we passed through Port Barry, David Lincoln and I yesterday, and on the way back, we passed two of the trucks, Dixie One Truck Company.
Which moves inventory and finish delivering projects over at Walmart. If you got a trailer, they'll finish doing the delivery.
This is from all companies over in the Baton Rouge area. They go up in the road, they bring them, they store them, then they bring them back to them when they need it, and it brings big operation. And those two buildings, the last thing I'm gonna say about that is they were putting that big signs, Dixie Storage, on the front of the building. So that means the goods are gonna be inside in the next few days.
And don't forget about the sister company, A+ Glass, location in Opelousas and in Lafayette as well. If you need a windshield, you need commercial glass, personal glass.
Randy McCormick, the founder's son, is the manager of that large store on University in Lafayette.
You got it. How about, let's see what else we got going on. Okay, we talked about Roseanne. How about this? Lunch for the Lighthouse Mission. That's going on this Friday, December the 16th from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. over at the Opelousas Civic Center. Now, a lot of you know about the Lighthouse Mission here in town, which is the men's shelter. Men's homeless shelter. Guys that they got no place to go anymore. They got no couch. They got no family that's going to help them out. Guys that are really down on their luck. They need help. The Lighthouse Mission has stepped in and always helps these guys, help them to get back on their feet, get back to finding a trade and things to work on. Great, great benefit. You can call Mike Fontenot, 948-8865. You can show up that day. Tickets are $25 a piece. If they're still selling tables and sponsorships if you would like to give Mike a call. But go by Friday at the Opposite Civic Center. I'm going to see you there because I'm going to be there. And Mr. Carrier, the gentleman who runs the operation over there, I'm sure will be there as well. It's Lauren's first cousin. Watch me draw a blank.
Johnny?
Johnny! Okay. Man, I'm drawing a blank on Johnny.
All right.
Good morning, Johnny.
Yep.
Big LSU fan. I see him at all the games. Basketball, baseball, and football.
They had a nice front page article that would have been in today. We taping on Wednesday, as we always let you know. And on the front page, 2 honors at top officers, and one from the Opelousas Police Department, and they honored Lieutenant Dwayne Grimmett. And it's so funny. I've been thinking lately that it was time he gets an honor because he handles the traffic at Opelousas Senior High School there and does a tremendous job, always has a nice smile, and I mean, he moves that traffic. He's very professional.
He's been there 30 plus years, and you know, yesterday, I hadn't seen him in a while. I was driving into the office at lunchtime, and I saw him pass, and I waved with a big hand, and he waved right back. And it's so funny to open up the paper, and there he is the next morning.
The next day. And then the Sheriff's Department, their honoree is Deputy Brandon Garcia. And, of course, in that picture is Reverend Desatel, who is I think he's the president of the
Rotary.
Rotary, the noontime Rotary, and also Chief I said Chief Calle the other day. Nobody called me down on it.
Chief Perry
Gallo and Sheriff Bobby Guitros.
And another one of the Rotary members down the right.
On the right,
Jim Lopez.
Jim Lopez
from the firm.
That's correct, from the firm, and he's in charge of the Law Enforcement Day organizer. Excellent. And you know, it reminds me. In fact, I think it was Lieutenant Dwayne Grimmett that helped me and Bob Daly. We had Law Enforcement Day. Remember, we had a beautiful function.
Sure, big project.
When Bob died, it fell off. And I see those pictures in some of my pictures that I have.
A black T-shirt and some black sunglasses out. There's one of them.
Yeah, and I had an Opelousas Police cap that Chief Calle gave me, by the way. Now I can use it correctly. And that was we really honored a lot of people, and maybe need to kind of think about that for maybe a goal in 2012.
KSLO will see you on the other side of 3. How's that? How about this? We got the Catholic daughter still having a doll and toy fund with Miss Janice Corville involved. You go by to Valentin Hall over at St. Leonard Catholic Church and bring brand new unwrapped toys so they know what it is, and so they can mark it properly for boy or girl. And you could give her a call at 789-0971 or mail a check to Doll and Toy Fund, 1826 Edward Street, Opelousas, Louisiana, 70570.
There's a young lady that works over at the Lafon Ordwin Funeral Home, and while I was making a visit there, she says, "Mr. Bobby, would you do me would you consider doing a favor for me?" I said, "Sure. What is it?" I said, she told me what it was. I said, "Write me a little note, and I'll get it on the next program." And I'm speaking of Miss Kim Camp. She says, "Please stop for school buses when you see the lights flashing." And it's a reminder. We fortunately, we had that terrible accident out on the Port Barrett Highway. But other than that, we've pretty good record going. And over in Lafayette, where a lot of our friends are listening and watching the program right now, they've had several accidents this particular school year. And so she's very, very correct. When you see a school bus, whether the lights are blinking or not, flashing or not, use some caution, because you never know when the bus will have to stop, maybe kind of suddenly, and you never know when a child will jump out unexpectedly, that the arms may not be out there directing to stop your traffic. So anyhow, thanks, Kim, and enjoyed meeting you. And of course, I was visiting with the Joyce Dejon, Jean Dejon's family, the body there of Miss Joyce. And she was a Stute, and of course, the whole Stute family locally that I've known all my life, that was their sister. Over, I guess that was Monday. I was in Baton Rouge Monday, and then again on Tuesday, now that I'm thinking about it, had an HBPA meeting over at the Camelot Club downtown.